Hi everyone, and welcome back to another healthy keto eating show, scripture reading, and story time. So stay tuned. Hey everyone, great to see you. Thanks for stopping back in and enjoying a healthy keto eating show with me. If you hear any noise outside, they're doing the mowing and they got the what is it called? The leaf blower going. So I'm sorry if you hear that noise. Should be out of my area here quick. So hopefully it's not too loud and you guys can hear me okay. But great to see all of you guys. This recipe here is what I made in Thursday's slideshow, and then I always do the video on the same day. So I don't know yet what it tastes like, but I'm excited. It is a goulash. I did a goulash. If anybody knows what that is, that's just basically throwing some noodles, meat, and sauce together with either corn or green beans. Of course, we don't eat corn on keto, but I did the green beans. But yeah, it's pretty easy. You'll see if you've seen the video on Thursday, that was how to make it. And then down below in this box, I'll write all the ingredients and get it and stick in how to make it in here. Because sometimes people don't get to see that one. And so they think, well, she made a recipe, but she's not telling anybody how to make it. I'll link it down in this box too. Just won't see the slideshow in here. Super easy to make. It's a goulash, a spaghetti goulash. So I'm excited about that. Real simple and easy to make, nice and hot and spicy, because I am using that seasoning that I got from my good friend Jennifer. And I need to pronounce it right. I guess I've been saying it wrong. So it's Bayou, down by the bayou. Hope I said it right this time, Miss Jennifer Kreswinski. Hopefully I said both those right, but yeah, down by the bayou. I guess I don't have that beautiful southern accent, so I don't know what I was saying, bayou. I don't know if I was saying down by the bayou, but it's bayou. But that's what I have on it. I wanted to use it in one of my recipes. I told you I love hot and spicy, so I have that in my recipe. Now, if you guys don't have this, obviously if you don't live in a state and don't have this, the ingredients on this, again, I'll read, is just salt, red pepper, black pepper, I always say this wrong, granulated garlic, paprika, and white pepper. So you could just add those seasonings, which is going to make this. So again, salt, red pepper, black pepper, granulated garlic, paprika, and white pepper. So buy those ingredients and you got this down by the bayou. I hope I'm saying it right. Trying to be silly, don't have that southern accent. I got that northern accent. But anyways, yeah, I wanted it to be nice and spicy. And of course, I added red crushed pepper on mine as well because I wanted it very spicy. I love spice. And I am doing one meal. I am a 1 meal a day gal. I eat every 24 to 26 hours. Well, 24 to 25. Sometimes I have to go as long as 26 hours. But I eat 1 meal a day. And I do all my, try to get all the calories and everything in that one meal, and I do 20 carbs or less. I always do net carb. This meal here, this was 14 net for the whole pan. Could definitely be more than 2 meals. I broke it up into 2. Could definitely be 3 or 4 because it's a large portion, but I'm only eating 1 meal, so I broke it up into 2. So breaking up at 2, there would only be 7 net carbs here then, because it was 14 for the whole plate. Me and my husband both have 7 net. But if you were to break it 3 ways, then it'd be a little over 4, even less the other way. So with my 1 meal, I'm enjoying my hot and spicy pork rinds that I made that are maltodextrin free, and I love them. I thought I would enjoy a serving of that with it to give me extra fat. I have got a Earl Grey decaffeinated tea with sugar-free creamer, the hazelnut, and then I've got a tablespoon of the MCT oil to give me another good fat. I'm going to enjoy a little fat bomb here, the Slim Fast Keto Fat Bombs. I'm going to enjoy the caramel nut cluster one. And then I'm going to have a yogurt it's the peach one with a serving of raspberries and a serving of macadamia nut. And if there's some in here, it doesn't feel like there's a little bit of whipped cream. But my total amount was 7, 8, 9, the creamer, 10, nothing in that, 10, 11, 12, 13 for the yogurt, the serving of that would be 14, and a serving of nuts is 15, and if I do put this on, it'd be 16. And then I always add, for the seasoning, I add a carb because all seasonings have carb. Even though I say to go light on everything, I'm just going to add it just so I know for sure. So we're going to say 17, and that's if I get this whipped cream. If I don't get the whipped cream, then it'll be 16. But 17 net carbs, and that's all in one meal, so I'm keeping it under 20 carbs. Super excited. If you're new to my channel and you need help, I am ketogenic for almost 5 years. I lost all of my weight in the first 15 months. I started in November of 2015. And in a short 15 months, I lost over 150 pounds. I now sit over that. I'm over 170 pound loss, but I've been maintaining that out for over 3 years. I was taught professionally by a keto doctor, 2 keto nutritionists, and my brother who teaches this as a job. And of course, all the studying I did myself. I always tell people to do their own studying too. But I've done studying. So if you need help, I'm your gal. Right down there is the subscribe button. So subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you're notified of all of these new uploads. Definitely share around my channel so I can grow bigger and bigger and help many people with ketogenic, help them with that. I've helped almost 3,000. I'm one shy of 3,000 helping people with the ketogenic diet, getting their life back. And if you need help spiritually or anything, I can help you there too. My email is linked right down in my description box, not in the comments, in the description. So right below me, you'll see a little arrow. I think it's over on that side. Hit that arrow and you'll see all the information, how to make this and everything. And also my email is linked down in there. So definitely check that out. If you need extra help, I would love to help you. Now, I did have somebody come in and they emailed me and just wrote hi. Not sure if you're needing help with anything. So if you could just message me back if you need help. I don't like to open things when I don't really know what it is. It just says hi. So if you could, I don't really want to comment or anything. If you are watching this video and you did need help with something, if you could come in and let me know what you need help with, and then we could get going with that. You just wrote hi. Not that I would write back to you, but it was just weird. It was just hi. So not sure what it is. If you need help, I would love to help you. There was nothing else behind it, so definitely send me an email. I don't know if you sent one with it or not, but definitely get on that and send me an email. I'd love to help you. Other than that, I hope all of you guys are staying healthy, safe, and happy, and leaning on Jesus and trusting the Lord. This too shall pass. What we're going through, remember, we got to go through things in life. We got to bear our cross too. Jesus isn't the only one that had to bear his cross and die for all of our sins. He was sin-free, died for all our sins so we could have eternal life. We need to bear our cross too. So we're going to go through things in our life. But be strong and lean on Jesus and know that no matter what happens, we don't have to fear nothing because we have Jesus. Not meaning that we can't get this, meaning God will always be with us no matter what. And if we get it and something terrible happens, well, we walk streets of gold then. So no fear, no fear. Jesus says 365 times, or God says 365 times in the Bible, fear not, for I'm with you. I'll never leave you nor forsake you. Fear not, fear not, fear not, fear not. He says it a ton of times. So fear not. Whew, it is warm in here. I almost want to put my fan on me. I think I will. But let's go ahead first and read. It's very warm today. It's very humid. It's like 86 degrees. So it's not like super, super, super hot that way, but the humidity is almost 100%. So it feels like it's like almost 100 degrees. It feels really hot, and I have my windows open and no air going. And I've been cooking. So I think I'm going to put my fan in a moment. But let's go ahead and read from our Words of Jesus for women, and it is for men too, because men do get things out of it. Now, I'm going to be reading August 11th, because today is August 11th for me. By the time you get this, of course, it's not going to be August 11th. It's going to be past, but that's just how these things are working out. Sorry for that. But let's go ahead and read. This one is, let's see, is it 11 that I need to read? Yep, 11. Okay, August 11th. It's on possibilities in faith. If you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you. Matthew 17:20. Now, that doesn't literally mean that we can move a mountain. Just meaning that when you walk with Jesus, nothing is impossible for our God. Nothing is impossible for him. He can do anything for us. He truly can. There's nothing too big for God. Nothing. We could ask him to wipe out this virus and he could have it gone in a split second. So that's what that's meaning there. It doesn't really mean we can literally move a mountain. Okay? Just meaning we can conquer things in our life walking with the Lord. That's what that means. In a mountain, they use that analogy because a mountain is huge and big. So we can conquer big obstacles walking with the Lord. Jesus was speaking to his disciples here. He wanted them to understand the possibilities of real faith. His followers could do amazing things if they truly, unquestionably believed. Because you can, if you believe, you can do a lot. Thinking about the miracles Jesus did when he was on earth, healing people, raising the dead back to life, returning to life himself, it is amazing to think about the possibilities when you believe without doubting and pray without questioning. Believe, you guys, have that faith. You don't need anything to believe. I mean, the world alone shows that there truly is a God and that Jesus walked this earth and died for us. Okay? Believe with that faith. Jesus loves a faithful person. Then the bottom says living it. They always have that little sticker that says living it. It says, Dear Father, I am certain I only access a small portion of the power available to me through you. Father, help my faith to grow. Help my walk with you to become more intimate so that your power can flow through me and you can use me for your purpose on earth. In Jesus' name, amen. I like that. So the more, you ask God, I'm always asking God to help me with more faith and more wisdom and knowledge and all of that. Pray to him and ask for it. He will give it to you. So ask for more faith in him, to trust him, and watch what God will do in your life, the miracles he will do in your life, and what he can do to help you in your life to not be afraid, to fear not, to get over things, to conquer things. God will definitely help you. Jesus will help you. You need to have that faith in him. The faith as small as a mustard seed. It said right up there in Matthew 17:20. That's all he expects is a mustard seed. But do you know what a mustard seed grows? The tree grows bigger than pretty much most trees out there. It grows to be a great big tree. Meaning our growth is going to be huge if we walk with him and have that faith as small as a mustard seed. We'll grow as big as that tree of a mustard seed, which is huge. Start your day, go through your day, and end your day with this book right here, the Holy Bible, Life's Manual. This will get you through life. Definitely nothing else will ever get you through like this. Don't watch the media. Don't pay attention to that stuff. Sure, just make sure what's going on, and that's it. Shut it off, turn it off. That's all of the devil. Let's walk with God. Let's trust the Lord. Let's let God do his work. Let's let him do his job. We don't have to worry about it. He's taking care of it. And so just walk with him. Pray to him. Get on your knees the old-fashioned way and pray. Pray for all his people. Spend quality alone time with God. He loves that. Read scripture. Get in there. Get into the Bible and read. It's awesome. Awesome reading the scripture. You're really going to feel the power of God with you. The more you draw near to him, the closer he will draw to you. And you'll be able to draw closer to your husbands and wives. It's just amazing what God will do for you. He's done an amazing work in my life, and I can't thank him enough. I cannot thank him enough. So, open up this book. Don't let it just collect dust. I have a Bible here in my living room. I have 1, 2, 3. In the bedroom, we have a Bible, and I always bring this to bed with me. I bring this everywhere I go because it says, this book will keep you from sin, or sin will keep you from this book. So I bring the book everywhere I go to keep me away from sin. And I also have a Bible in my back room where I do my nails, and I was even thinking about putting one in the bathroom, but just don't want it to get, the moisture and everything from bathing. But I have a Bible in every room. So lean on him, trust him, walk with him. Don't be a false prophet. Don't say mean things. Don't judge people. Do not, be mean. Let God take care of that job. That's his job. That's not our job to judge anybody. And love thy enemy. Love them and pray for no harm to come upon them, and that God will keep them safe as well. You're going to have enemies. You're definitely going to have enemies, but Jesus will take care of that. We don't have to. That's not our job. So, all right, you guys, let's go ahead and get eating. I'm excited to try this goulash. I haven't had a goulash since I was a child. My mom used to make all kinds of goulashes. Just basically taking noodles, elbow noodles, spaghetti noodles, any type of noodle, putting hamburger in it or some kind of meat, and just mixing it in with corn or green beans or whatever, and just throwing it together. It always turns out so good and delicious. It's almost like a spaghetti here, but I got the green beans in it, and it's a goulash. That's what it is. So let's go ahead and taste it. I'll show you a bite here. The noodles, the green beans, and the hamburger. Hopefully you can see that good. I may be able to stand up here. I always slip when I do. But there you go. Look at that. Ooh, delicious. You guys are getting a good view of that. Delicious. Oh, I love the spice. It does. It does taste like a goulash. My mom's going to be, I think, doing keto. Mom, I know you love your goulashes. Or my brother Robbie, he loves goulashes. Make this. Yum. Definitely brings back memories when I was a kid, because my mom made a lot of goulashes. We had a lot of that. So, yeah, it's really good with the noodles like that. It definitely tastes like you're eating a goulash. Now, I love it with the spaghetti noodles. I always do the spaghetti. They're the shiritaki noodles. So they're, like a protein noodle. Definitely tastes like a noodle when you rinse them really good. You got to rinse them in cold water really good. If you would have seen the video Thursday, you saw me with my hands in there really getting in that cold water, doing it for at least 3 to 4 minutes to get the smell off, because it comes in a liquid. So kind of smell, get it off. And never ever boil these in water. You just want to throw them into a pan and fry them up, or stir fry them, or I did it in a pan and just mixed them real quick. You just got to heat them real quick. No big deal, just heat them, and then they're not rubbery, because if you overcook them, they become rubbery. If you cook them in water, they'll be rubbery. You won't like them. But like this, noodles don't have a taste, you guys. You all say they have a funny taste to it. I want it to taste like a noodle. Noodles don't have taste. We add the taste by adding the seasoning and the flavor and everything on it. So this definitely tastes like noodles. These are really thin, like angel hair noodles. Definitely tastes like a noodle to me. And you want to cut them up with the kitchen scissors because they come so long. I think they're like 20 feet long or something. I don't know. I'm exaggerating. But they're so long, so I cut it with the scissors so that you can just eat it. Because spaghetti is long, but these are even longer than regular spaghetti. So cut it with scissors. And you can get a kitchen scissors from the Dollar Tree. So, I'm going to turn the fan on. Will you guys just give me one moment? Okay, I hope you guys can still hear me. I do got the fan going. I had to have the fan on me. It's really warm in here. And then, of course, cooking and drinking a cup of tea isn't helping. It's making me even more warm. Not sweating yet. Just, I feel a little hot. My body just feels a little hot. A little bit, like, I'm not sweating, but I just feel warm. It's just warm in here. It feels humid. Okay, so, but anyways, oh my gosh, this is delicious. Definitely have to try this out, and I love it with spice. Now, you don't have to add the spice. You can just do salt and pepper and just your Parmesan on top. That's all you have to do. You don't have to do it hot if you don't like it spicy. I love it spicy. And I like that down by the bayou seasoning. Hope I'm saying it right this time. I asked my husband, I said, is it bayou? And he said, yeah. Hopefully I'm saying it right. Let's grab a pork rind. Not spicy pork rind. Try a bite with this and this. That's good with that. I'm gonna switch these so I have them closer here for a minute. Oh, I love these. These are way better than any hot and spicy pork rind I've ever had. I love them homemade. Yum. I made the cinnamon ones the other night again, and my husband was just like, God, those are so good. You would never guess that a pork rind could taste like a cinnamon twist that you get from Taco Bell. If you've never seen that video, it would be in my treat video. I took these and I did cinnamon and, of course, a stevia, a powdered stevia, and butter and melted butter, and made it like that, and it's like a cinnamon twist. Almost tastes like a hard, crunchy donut. So good. Whoops. But I got a good source of calories here, good source of fat. This isn't a sufficient of protein. Can't count the protein on this, but you can definitely count the fat on them. Plus, I melted butter on them, so I got butter, so there's a lot of fat in there. And then, of course, with the meat and the MCT in my tea. And then the nuts are nice, heart, healthy fat. And then, of course, the fat bomb. So I'm getting plenty of calories in this one meal. Let me get my napkin out here. So, all right. Let's tell a story. So yummy. I'm actually going to, let's keep reaching, I'll just pour these to the side, and I can set this over here. Okay. I'm going to tell a story. When my little brother Tommy, if you guys don't know him, his information is linked down in my box. It's I don't know if he changed his name, but if you go to that link, you'll still get it. I think he changed his link, but it was TD Healthy 2015. But down below, I think it's something. I mean, his new channel is different, but if you go there, you'll get linked to it. He just does movie reviews and stuff like that. But when he was little, my mom, like everybody when they're little, put him through swim lessons. He's my youngest brother. My best friend. We get along so good. I love him so much. He's got that my little nephew. I think he's 16 or 17 months old. My little buddy, Dodger. Anyways, he was going through swim lessons. And was doing good and all that. And, after so long, they're done with classes, and then you get to invite your family in, a few people, on your day of graduation from swim lessons. You get to invite your family in, and we get to all come in and swim with them in the pool and all that and have fun. So that's what we did. My brother still seemed a little nervous in the water and all that, but he was swimming fine. He decided from the shallow end, he wanted to go over to the diving board and jump in. Didn't think nothing of it. I mean, he's been through swim lessons. He's graduating. He knows how to swim. Plus, there's 5 lifeguards there. So we go to the end. I don't like when I'm in the water, if anybody grabs onto me. I hate it, but I thought, well, he knows how to swim. Everything will be fine. I'm just going to be there just to be there when he comes up. After he jumps off the diving board, jumps in, comes up, we'll swim to the side together. That's not what happened. He gets up there and he's like, you got to catch me now. I'm like, catch you? You know how to swim? He's like, no, I know, but just make sure you're there. I think my brother at the time was maybe 10. So, and I'm about 6 years older, so I was 16. 15 or 16. So, and the diving board isn't real tall or anything. Just so short ones like you see in pools. It was in the school. Or at a place that they do for lessons. But anyways, says, okay, I'm going to jump in. I'm like, all right, jump in. Can't wait to see you come up and we'll swim together to the side. Yeah, that's not what happened. He jumped in. He had swim lessons. He's graduating. He's supposed to know how to swim. I don't know if he panicked. He knows how to swim today. But I don't know if he panicked or what. But he jumped in and he grabbed onto me and pulled me under the water. I'm under the water trying and gasping for air, trying to get my head up above the water. He is pulling me down because he's scared too, and I'm scared. We're trying to get to the side of the pool so I can grab onto it to get him to the side. And I'm thinking, what is going on? I'm like, I'm drowning. He's drowning. I'm drowning. 5 lifeguards around. And not one person came to our rescue. Not one. Not one person came to our rescue. It took a while to get to the side because I'm trying to swim while he's pulling me under the water. He's not trying to swim with me. He's panicking. I'm panicking because I'm trying to get to the side, but I'm also panicking, trying to get to the side. I'm under the water. I'm keep going up. I'm like yelling, help. Nobody's hearing us. Nobody's coming to save us. Weird. And yeah, we're drowning. Nobody's helping us. 5 lifeguards. I finally get to the side. Obviously, we lived. Here I am. He's here. So we lived. But it seemed like that side was so far away from that diving board. Of course, it wasn't that far. Maybe about 6 or 8 feet. But he's pulling me under, and I'm trying my hardest to swim as he's drowning and I'm drowning. We get to the side, finally, I pull him up there, and I mean, we're gasping for air. He's crying. I'm upset because we were drowning. I'm upset. I'm teary-eyed. My mom came over. She was with Robbie, because Robbie, is just a year and a half older than Tommy. So, and Robbie knew how to swim, but my mom was goofing around with him playing. And so I was on the other end with my brother. But we're both like crying. My mom comes over and says, what's wrong? And I told her what happened, and she's looking around, and she starts yelling at the lifeguard saying, did you not see that my daughter and my son were drowning? And I thought you taught him how to swim. Why are you graduating him if he doesn't even know how to swim yet? You know, and oh, my mom went off. She was so upset. She goes, my daughter and my son were drowning. And you got 5 lifeguards and nobody saved them? Nobody's seen that? She didn't see it because either she was with my brother or she was in the bathroom. I don't remember. But my mom would have been there. She would have been screaming for help. Or jumped in and saved him too. But yeah, not one lifeguard was helping us. It was the weirdest thing ever. So, after we get to the side, both of us had a fear of water for a while. You know? We're very scared of water. I never wanted to even jump off a diving board myself. I didn't want anybody jumping next to me. I was scared. It's scary to drown. That would be a horrible death. So, but anyways, yeah, that's what happened. And so I guess these swim lessons, and he was graduating for no reason at all. Weird. Don't get it. Don't get it at all. But Thank God we're alive. I think my mom did put him through swim lessons again at a different place. And then he was good. But yeah, like, he's graduated, he doesn't even know how to swim. And the fact that she said these places obviously were weird because they didn't even come to our rescue. They're goofing around, playing with their friend, their other, other lifeguards, joking around, goofing around, not even paying attention to us. So weird. Weirdest thing ever. But thank God we're alive and we're saved. Not a very long story, but I thought I would tell you guys that. And this was so weird that nobody saved us. Yeah. Thank God I was able to get to the end. Even though he was pulling me under, I was able to get to the side and I was drowning. He was drowning. We look back at it now, we can laugh about it, but that was really scary. We both were very upset. After we got to the end, we were both very upset. And yes, I know how to swim. But when somebody's pulling you under the water and they're panicking, I don't think anybody could do it. Because they're panicking, All done. That was delicious. Oh, I love my Earl Grey. Thank you, girl, for sending that to me. I was running low, so you got me a box, and now I got my Earl Grey tea. I love it. Love it with my sugar-free creamer, and then, of course, my MCT. Now, you don't taste the MCT. It's liquid form. If you don't know what it is, it's the finest of the coconut, and it never hardens like the coconut oil does. It stays liquidy, and you can't cook with it. You just want to put it in a hot tea, a hot coffee. There's no taste, or you can just take it by spoon. But you want to start out very, very mild with it, so a half a teaspoon for a few days, then go to a teaspoon for a few days, then go to a teaspoon and a half, and then to a tablespoon. They just recommend a tablespoon a day of it, but work up to that because it's very harsh on the stomach, but it'll help regulate you and everything. It's so healthy for you to do, but just take your time because it's the finest of the coconut. No flavor at all. You can just actually spoon it, and at first, just like I said, a half a teaspoon for a few days, and then work your way up. But no taste to it at all. But it's just great to have in tea. And yeah, I love it. Like, not the fact that I love it because there's a taste. There's no taste. I just know the benefits of it are so good for you, and it's a wonderful fat. Now we'll have our yogurt here. Let's mix it up. Hope you guys enjoyed that story. And I mean, now we can look back at it and kind of laugh. Like, wow, we're like drowning and nobody was coming to save us. And then, of course, now you can look back at it and kind of laugh. But then it was very scary. Raspberries. My cup is, see, it's dripping. That's how warm it is in here. Because it was in the fridge and it's the dew around it, and it's dripping. But I got raspberries and macadamia in a peach yogurt. Flavors together are really good. Let's see if there's any whipped cream in here. Yeah, I hear it was empty. I'm getting a little bit out, but I want to be careful because I don't want to squirt all over. I was able just to get a little tiny dollop, but that's okay. But like I said, because we're alive now we can think back to that. And we're like drowning and nobody's saving us. But yeah, that was the weirdest experience ever. It scared the crap out of me. It made me scared to even get in a pool for a while. That's why you guys would understand that would scare anybody. I love these yogurts. And I do a yogurt a day. I actually do have one a day of these. Because yogurts are so good for you. It's got the culture in it. The good bacteria. And I love this one because it's Greek yogurt. So I love them. So I actually do one of these a day. Unless I don't have any on hand. Basically, I do one a day. With my one meal. So, one day a week I do break the fast though. I do more like a 20-hour fast or like a 16-hour fast, and I break it a few times, have a few meals, and then treat at night, and then I go back to 6 days a week doing OMAD. I just like to do that because it gives me a free day to just eat when I want to and have a few extra things that I would want to have. And usually I do that on the day And my husband and I are doing my outfit because then we can go out afterwards and eat. We don't have to wait so late to go eat dinner and stuff to break my fast. Because I don't eat till between 4 and 6. That's the time I eat at. So after we do the outfit, it's still pretty early, like 1 o'clock. And he's like, he wants to go out to eat. He's hungry and stuff, and doesn't want to eat in front of me and stuff like that, which I don't care about that. But he's like, let's go out to eat together. So usually on that Tuesday, I'll break it. But I don't mean that I go out keto. I stay keto. I just break up my 1,500 calories, 1,800 calories, right around there. I break it up into a few meals for the day. And then that night, we get a movie. It's kind of our date day. Yes, we still go on dates. Me and my husband date. But, we get to go out. And then that night we watch. Sorry when I'm eating these if it looks gross when I'm eating. I'm talking. Yogurts always looks different because of the nuts and all that when you're eating compared to the other food. But it's our date day, and then we get a movie for the night. We'll buy one or rent one. And then that night we do something together, and like I'll usually make myself that cucumber salad I like, or celery and ranch, or I'll have some of the pork rinds with a dip, or maybe a special treat. Maybe I'll do the Quest cookie. That's usually when I do something like the Quest products. I'll do one of those a week. These ones here aren't bad, which I do once a week for you guys in here. I'll try to throw a little treat in too, even though the yogurt's with it. Throw a little treat in, something fun like that. But on those days, that's usually when I'll do something bigger, like a cookie. I've showed you guys a cookie in some of these videos. That's usually when I do show you a treat too. So usually maybe twice a week. But remember, I'm maintenance mode, so I can eat those. But on that day, I'll usually do the cookie, usually with the ice cream in the middle. I'll do that at night. Not every time, but just telling you the certain things that I do on those days. Then I'm back 6 days, 1 meal a day again. So, all right, we're done with that. I'm going to eat this too. I'll take one little bite for you guys, and then I'm going to get off here because we're getting up there in time again. Try to keep it low. Look at that. Look at the caramel. And the nuts. It tastes like a, I'm going to show you. Pull out the card here. I know I've already showed you guys this one. But I just want to show you. Whoa. Look at the caramel in this one. How it stretches. Look at that. It's like, how did they get the caramel to be like that? Yum. Right? Yum, yum. It tastes like one of those turtles. If you know what I'm talking about, the old-fashioned cluster turtles. Not a real turtle. They just call them that, but they're chocolate, nuts, caramel. Stuff like that, man. This napkin is messed up. So, all right, I'm going to finish that off. I don't want to get any chocolate on this white shirt. Okay. Sorry, guys. Hope I don't have any chocolate all over. Breaking that, I drip chocolate all over. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this healthy keto eating show. Hope you enjoyed the readings of the scriptures, and I hope you enjoyed this meal. I hope you enjoyed my story. Hope you guys are enjoying my video very much. I'm enjoying doing all of these and coming up with new meals for you guys. Eventually, I'll get to a point where I'll have to, like my good friend Jennifer said, even if you recreate a meal that you've made, we just love to see you on here. Sometimes I'll have to do that. But I'm still trying my best, still coming up with ideas for you guys for treats and, these meals or whatever. So I hope you guys are enjoying that. And like I would say, just continue to pray for me, for my safety. I will continue to pray for you. I do every single night. I pray for all of you. If I know you by name, I call you by name. If I don't, then I will just say, in every soul on my channel, Lord, please keep them healthy, safe, and happy, and put that hedge of protection on them. So I just pray that you guys, or just ask you guys to pray for me to keep me safe too. And I love all of you guys very much. Keep your faith in God and remember to lean on Him. Let Him fight your battles for you. Let Him walk with you. Trust Him. Have that faith of a mustard seed. That's all you need. I love all of you guys very much. God bless. Take care. And I'll see. Excuse me. Let's try this again. Take care. God bless. And I will see each and every one of you in my very next